Hello and welcome to the match preview. They're coming thick and fast now with lots of games to play. You don't know where you're going with this one. But at the minute, so obviously we're going to have a look, and it is mainly focusing on we haven't had a midweek game to look at like we did last time there. So thankfully we don't need to focus on that. We can just look purely on Sunday, which is going to be Arsenal coming up to St James's Park. We all know what happened the last time they went up with something on the line. Yeah, we'll not count our chickens just yet, though, because it's a different proposition to what they were last season. What we'll do, as we do normally with this, is we'll look at what we think, of the threatability of Arsenal. We'll look at obviously what we think our predicted lineup may be, and then obviously we'll go on match predictions. Mark again is not available here because he's gallivanting through work here, so he's currently waiting to get on an aeroplane, but he has sent in his prediction again. So we have got that, and we will keep that as a surprise for you.
Well, feeling now it's going to go where it's going to be though.
Until the end, though. One thing which we will do, and we'll just have a quick look on, as we normally do, is the form of the sides. So we'll look at this obviously off the back of the 3-0 thumping, shall we say, at Aston Villa. We've turned it around, 6-1 at home to Spurs, 4-1 away to Everton. Should have been 5. Don't see why they should have ruled that out just because Danby was offside. And then obviously 3-1 for Southampton. We look at the other side, and you look at an Arsenal side where they've drew 2-2 with West Ham, drew 3-3 with Southampton, but bear in mind Southampton were 3-1 up at one point, lost 4-1 away to Man City. Yes, they beat Chelsea 3-1, but it's whether or not do we read a lot into that, because
who isn't beating Chelsea at the moment?
It's not. It's not the Chelsea of old. It's like when they beat Chelsea, so it's not as big a thing as it was there. But that might still give them that little bit of confidence. The fact that they're beating Chelsea, it was at the Emirates, and so that might just be something that they'll give them that little bit of buoyancy coming into it. But you then look at the fact that we're now coming off the back of 3 consecutive wins in a row.
Yeah,
we've scored 13 goals and conceded only 3. So we're averaging probably maybe 4-1 a game. The last 3 games. That's average coming into this. Now, so you look at it, and it's difficult. But when you look at it, I would say the main threats for me when you're looking at Arsenal are Saka, Odegaard, and Jesus. What is there anyone else that you think may be a threat? Is the ones that you think I've said that you don't agree with?
No, I agree with all of them, especially Saka. He's terrific. What a young footballer he really is. He's fucking magic. If he's on Sunday, we're going to have a real hard time. The only one I would put on there is probably Martinelli. He's gone off the boil a bit recently. Yeah. So, but I mean, he's probably the only one out of those 3 that I would say is I would add to those danger men if you want to look at it like that. So, but what a side. I mean, thankfully, hopefully they're going to be a bit depleted, aren't they, at the back? So that's something else.
So there was obviously the talk after the Chelsea game that Gabriel had came off injured and that it was a doubt. Again, mind games have happened. Marcus Rashford was a doubt when we played Man U, and then lo and behold, he starts. So you are looking at, and they said there are threats, that they've got there. If you look at the fact, even at left back, you've got Zinchenko and Tierney, a player who will link with you. So they've got options there. You've got Ben White, who's been doing great things at right back, but he's no playing Trippier. So there's that one on there. I think you'll probably see that we will probably need to give support to Dan Burn, to be fair.
If he plays.
Again, we'll look at that. But no, you do look at that. Whether or not they get annoyed with the my games or the way that we play, because I did bring that up today. And he's still sour at the of our playing. I'm going, well, so what? People are going to do that.
Yeah. Especially if he knows it winds him up, because it's just so easy to wind him up, like the epileptic little muppet he is when he acts like Arteta. I mean, he's so easy to get going, isn't he? Especially if it's not going their way. So I can see a lot of time wasting.
Game management,
the dark arts, depending on whose side you're on. If your team doing it, it's game management.
But it's game management for us. It's time wasting from Arteta, and it's the dark arts from Jurgen Klopp. So it doesn't matter who it is that you speak to. They'll call different things. But everyone does that. It is. I don't. People say, "Oh, it's all part of the game." If you can do that, and it's not necessarily, and it's not necessarily time wasting that. Like the odd, Nick Pope drops to the ground and that, just so Eddie Howe can. Because I think I can't remember which game it was. And it was a home game, and he wasn't happy with the first 20 minutes.
And was it Arsenal away? I wonder if it was Arsenal away.
No. I'm positive it was a home game.
Oh, was at home?
And I just can't remember who it was against, but I remember.
Actually, I know.
Could it have been Manchester? No, it wasn't Man U, because we were good. No, but there was a game where he was unhappy with us. Do you know what? My mind's gone completely blank, and normally I'm like quite good at remembering that, because I remember exactly what it was. It was 20.
I know the one you mean as well, but I can't recall which one it was. It's such a little thing. I mean, it just came and passed us by, didn't it? I mean,
West Ham.
Yes. Yeah.
I think although we went up and we weren't playing the best in 20 minutes on the clock, Nick Pope went down, and the
that's right. Absolutely.
I was when you're clocking your record, I'm going, I'm sure it was on the tape.
And there is one, I wasn't at that one, so that's probably why it didn't come to spring to my mind. I do know the one you mean. But I mean, Gabriel, if he is missing, the biggest compliment, I mean, because I remember after that game they played against Chelsea that night, some of the Arsenal fans were having a slight meltdown. The fact that they might have to go with Holden up front at the back, and and the best.
If they've got to go with Holden up front, then there's something that's really
dreadful. And the best comment we're going to get is if he moves Ben White from right back into the centre again, that'll be sure how serious they are taking it, because I think they are feeling rather threadbare. And they have options for that, for his place at right. So, because he's been playing out on the right.
And also,
so if they move him in, that to me would be like, they're worried about this. So,
and also, if my memory serves me correct, Manchester City play tomorrow.
They do, yes, against Sam Allardyce's high-flying ego, Leeds. So, Mr. Allardyce.
Well, Eddie Howe said he has an ego in his press conference.
Everyone has an ego.
He says he has an ego. The press officer has an ego. It's
that was funny. They make
that he'd said in that. So but it was everyone does have an ego to an extent, and you need that to be. You are right. It's a 3, and it is actually, because it's a televised 3 p.m. game.
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't know what. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. There's something must be happening, but I'm not sure what's happening.
Oh, of course. Is that the reason why they had to move it so it wasn't at the same time as Coronation? Yes.
Coronation Street?
Coronation Street, I'd rather watch Coronation Street, I must admit. So, but that'd be why. But 3 o'clock kickoff on TV. That'd be good luck trying to get that on TV anyway. Because
then it's cracking. Because then there's the 5:30 game, and I think that's Liverpool.
That's Liverpool-Brentford, isn't it?
Yeah, come on, Brentford. Do us a favour, please.
And obviously we're on TV as well. Again, box office Newcastle United on TV. So, and quite rightly too, because I think it's going to be a right ding dong.
That was the thing when I was thinking back for the West Ham game. I'm going, it was on TV, and I'm going, well, that doesn't narrow it down, to be fair. There's only been Brentford and Southampton where we haven't been on TV.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty easy to remember the ones that haven't been on TV now. And it's Southampton. That wasn't on TV, was it, last week?
No. But obviously, the one thing that the Arsenal defence is going to have to come up against is this man.
I mean,
the April Player of the Month, the record-breaking Callum Wilson, who has now scored the most goals in a calendar month for Newcastle United.
Don't criticise him because he's listening.
Beating Mr. Alan Shearer.
Shit, not a bad record.
Exactly, not a bad record at all.
Poor Alan, he's lost his Premier League thing for the total for the year.
I know, but you can just look at him. Just look at him. See, yeah, he's just got that look going. Yeah, it's May the 4th be with you.
What's he got gloves on for? He should be used to this weather by now. Surely, bloody hell, it's only just turned into May. Bloody hell, Callum.
Because he's up for the fight.
Yeah, but yeah, he scored against them last year, didn't he? So
he did. And so like I said, he's been again someone who I'll admit I wrote off, and I was thinking, do we get rid of him?
It really got to him, didn't it? He came on and said, it fueled me.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it's down to me criticising him, then Callum, I take your thank yous because I'll take the plaudits of changing you into what you become, which is a goal, an even better goal scorer. So I'll take I took one for the team. I criticised him, and
I think it was fair though. He did go off the boil. I know
he did, but
he just turned it around by saying about it's fuel. Yeah, we get that.
But it was, and it probably did feel him because he's like, well. Yeah, I know I can do better. So it was probably that sort of thing as well, where, although it was criticism, in his mind, he's probably going, I know I can do better. He did have an illness. He did come back from the World Cup, and that sort of knocked a few people off there. But he's just shown he's still a class striker. And the fact that we've got two fantastic informed strikers, you're just going, whoever starts, I'm not really fussed. I'm not bothered.
Well, Eddie mentioned about starting, I have thought about starting them both together a few times. I thought, again, Eddie mind games. Is that just a little?
He's a little tease, isn't he?
He is a little tease. I know it drives Mark R up the bloody wall. his bullshittery is outstanding to Mark. But that would be great. Two of them starting together. Especially if Gabriel doesn't play,
it's possible.
Of course it is. I mean, they did
and it's possible. If we're going to look at it, because obviously, if Sean Longstaff, who reports hasn't trained yet, but he may still do, so he may still stop. But if not, you've then got Joe Linton having to go into the midfield.
Yeah. Against a pretty strong midfield as well, so he must be praying that Sean's going to start. So he has such a brilliant campaign.
Yeah, but then you look at that and you're going, well, is the SM ready to start a game? It might not be. So then obviously there's only one man that can fill the left wing spot, and that's this man.
Yeah, that man. Mr. Not a bad replacement.
Not at all. Not at all. And then obviously we all know there's got to be, because you're going to have, Botman at the back. Isak in attack. So fine well there's only got to be one person that's got to be in the middle.
That man.
And he just absolutely loves it, doesn't he?
He's about to sign a new contract as well, which that's
why he's laughing.
And well bloody deserved as well. There's very few you could say that about. Let's hope they announce that just before the kickoff, because that'll really get people going.
I think they'll do it at the end of the season, because I think it'll be one of those ones of let's not distract.
True. But I mean, it'd be great if they said beforehand. I mean, it's going to be, like I say, it's going to be a cracker, and it's Bring Your Scarves Day as well again. And you just mentioned that, but we will bring that on there. It is War Flags. They are asking for that, and they've even got some very, very safe hands supporting it. Yeah, safe hands himself, good old Cher. Yeah, I've got mine packed, ready to go.
I don't know, but he's really he must still have been bitter, obviously, under the Ashley years, when he got shipped off, under, I'm thinking, was it Joe Kinnear at that point?
Yes, it was. I think it would have been, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But now he's back, and you can tell every time he's on TV, he just absolutely loves watching.
Yeah, he did. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm sure because at the time, I think what aggrieved him was, and I might be wrong about this, and this is allegedly, but there was the fact that they tried to spin that he wanted to leave, which I always thought he didn't want to do, because, I mean, didn't he marry a lass from the Northeast, as far as I know?
I'm not
at
too
the time.
Sure,
he was married to lass from not, and he didn't want, and he was really bitter about that they tried to make out he wanted to go, and he never wanted to go. They wanted.
Well, no, but it's great having like you said, you've got Sheegan, who was up having a bit of golf with Nick Pope as well.
Yeah. Passing on some tips, hopefully. And he was a good talisman when we were in the Carabao Cup, wasn't he? Because every time he turned up, we won. So to do the Carabao Cup coverage. So
please, Sky, please have him on Sunday.
Yeah, please.
As part of your commentary team.
That would be very nice. Yeah, not Michael Owen, please.
Yeah, he's got to be though. Yeah, even if he's not there, he's got to be there. Yeah, he'll be there with his scarf. Yeah, he might bring his son as well there because I still remember his son interrupting the interview he was doing on the night of the takeover.
Oh right, yeah,
celebrating and that, and
like
you absolutely loved that. But yeah,
I remember seeing him pretty much around his debut, and I remember thinking the lads next to me is going, he doesn't even fill that shirt. Look, that shirt doesn't even fill it. He just looked like such a sort of skinny kid, back then. And what a loyal servant, and it'd be great to have him back.
Yeah, and he is one of those loyal servants, and a fantastic keeper. And the same.
Oh yeah, God, he was. Yeah,
but we've always had good keepers. Yeah, Steve Harper was. Yeah, Tim Krul. Yeah, when you look at it. Yeah, Dubravka. Yeah. Rob Elliott even, when he was in. Darlow's had his time in there. Now we've got Nick Pope.
John Burridge.
Yeah, so we've always had a fair but we've already that's one thing we've always had. We've had decent keepers, and now we've got the sort of keepers, who doesn't even I think he just turns up for a couple of training sessions, then goes on holiday or whatever, carries because it's like mum not needed.
I wonder if he'll be number 2 next year, but that's for a different day, isn't it, to discuss that?
It is. Now, obviously, we know fine well it's going to be. Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a look.
Yeah.
This is, whether or not you like it, but this is what I think is going to be the starting lineup.
I'm not sure about at least 3 of them. I'm not sure Big Dan will start.
I do, because I just don't think.
Excuse me.
I don't think Targett.
Yeah, that'll be the only reason.
And to be fair, Dan Burn against Southampton was back to his best.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In that sense. And I'm just thinking, after that sort of game where he's had a really good game, do you really then want to drop him there?
He won't come up against any better wingers than maybe only.
And to be fair, when he had Joe Linton helping it, but when he had Joe Linton coming back and helping him out, he coped quite well with Saka. So
which is going to need.
Yeah, but it's like, well, why not? So I just think, if we're winning games and that's the back line.
Oh yeah, well that's what we've said all the way along. Why would you change it?
No, and I just don't think Eddie will. Like I said, the big difference, and I'm going to say, is because if Sean Longstaff's fit, I would say Sean Longstaff replaces ESM.
Yeah.
And Sean goes into the midfield and Joe Linton goes onto the wing.
Yeah.
But if Sean's not fit, then I can see Joe Linton dropping into the midfield. And I probably would start ESM because he's had the training, start him, and then if he does need to come off, you've then got that option of moving Isak to the left and bringing Wilson on. So you've got that option. You've then got Miggy as an option. You've got Anderson as we've got options here now that ESM's fit, and you're looking at that. Even if ESM doesn't start, like I said, you're looking and you're going, well, you'd have ESM to come off the bench. You'd have Wilson to come off the bench. Yeah, there's so many options now.
So you don't think Gordon's going to feature then?
Well, no, I think Gordon will be a sub.
Yeah.
I just don't think he'll start. I think the only reason why he started last week was purely because I don't think he wanted to start both Isak and Wilson up front.
Yeah.
And therefore the only option he had on the left was to start Gordon. And I think it was a case where he was like, let's give Gordon his chance. And to be fair, and I've said this in the podcast, I actually think Gordon probably got a little bit of undue stick by some in the fan base,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Because to be fair, I actually thought he was decent. He
was decent. I think that's the word to use. He was decent.
Yeah, and this is
hopeless, like some people say it was, and he wasn't like he wasn't like unlucky. He just was decent.
But I would probably say he was unlucky with one of the shots. where it hit the post and went there, because you're just thinking just a couple of bits, either way, and it probably would have hit the other side of the post and went in,
yeah.
And then you would have been
just
thinking,
saying because of the way Southampton played as well, that made it unlucky. You know, he was unlucky. He came in against the side like that, and I thought, well, no, that's not. No. He was decent. It was a shame he was taken off, because I don't seem to ever seen him for very long. That's the thing. I don't think I've ever watched him play for 60 or 70 minutes yet.
No, but like I said,
wanted
that
to see
time will come. And we need to, and this is the big thing. Yeah, we need to come from the fact that he's came from a squad where he's played under Frank Lampard
and hasn't played much. Yeah,
which is enough to make anyone feel inferior. To coming into
that's Chelsea squad.
Yeah, to coming into a Newcastle United side where they're all together, the fitness levels are much improved.
Oh yeah,
which I think is probably where Gordon's probably not there yet, because it does take time to get those fitness levels up.
And I agree with that.
Even Isak, and that was the thing that Eddie Howe was saying, and we're talking about that. But there was even times where Isak wasn't playing full games because he didn't have. Yeah. He says, he might be match fit, but he's not, as we put it, Eddie Howe match fit.
Yeah.
He's not match fit to play the Eddie Howe intensity.
Yeah.
And that's where, it's good. The one thing which I will say, going back onto the ball flags, because everyone will disagree with the predicted lineup. That's just the one that I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I do. Like I said, I don't think Murphy will start either. So, but that's just my feeling I get. So I prefer not that he doesn't deserve to. I just don't think he will.
Well, I prefer Murphy to start and then bring Miggy on.
Yeah,
because you've then got like that little terrier, or the little chihuahua.
Yeah.
Just going on there and as he did against Southampton and that's probably where the game changed, where he came on.
Yeah, and I just think if Miggy's anywhere near fit, he starts over Murphy for Eddie. That is, I think Murphy's come in and done fantastic. Obviously, as his own expressions tell you, much better than he ever thought he was going to do, and he scored some absolute fucking beauts. But I just think if Miggy's anywhere near full fitness, he will start. But then again,
the one thing that, and this is in the defense to Murphy, Murphy is better at putting a ball into the box than
that is Miggy. True.
And Isak, you've got that. He's got that strength and height, and Arsenal aren't a side that are going to sit back.
No, I mean that's the other thing, and also
that was with Southampton.
You're not going to get many chances neither. And if who's going to put away? I mean, again, Murphy's kind of disproves my own point, but who would you rather put if it's a one-on-one? Who's going to put you'd rather have Miggy or Murphy? I mean, Murphy obviously last couple of games, but I was
going to say at this moment in time, if we're looking on current form, I would say Murphy, because Miggy sort of went off the boil. He scored like the 11 goals and then sort of
of course, I mean, that was exceptional though what he did. Oh yeah, I mean, there's no disrespect to him, but that's the only other one out of really all that I just I don't
that's the
think
thing you're looking at, and you're going, is it Isak's on 10 goals? Yeah. You've got
Wilson 13,
Miggy on 11. I think Wilson's on 15.
15 is it?
Yeah. And Joe Linton's on 7. I think.
Wow.
So you're looking at that and you're going, well, but we're now getting goal scorers in. They said, Murphy I think is probably on maybe 3 or 4 now.
Yeah. I mean, that's been the beauty of this year, hasn't it? We've spread goals around. When we've needed it, other people have stepped in. Like say when Miggy went down, Murphy came on, and after a couple of games, started knocking him in for fun, literally for fun against Tottenham. So I've got. I mean, the thing is,
right. I've got mine. Who's next?
I mean, I'm not one of those like, my world is going to end because he started Miggy instead of Murphy. Because they've all had outstanding. See those 14 players that we tend to have based it revolved around. I've been fantastic. I mean, what a season. So I'm not complaining about any of them. Even Big Dan, like I say, so much stick. Much stick.
Like I said, I think the one thing which, and I think you mentioned it before, ever since the Fulham away game where you looked at that lineup and went, what's he doing? Is that right in the head? And then you're going, all right, okay then.
Again, Miggy. Again, Miggy. That's where he really started to we all started to go, where's this guy come from?
We can predict all we want, but Eddie Howe will do what Eddie Howe wants. And he's deserved the right to do what he wants on that one. But just getting back on obviously the ball flags aspect of it. It is, yes, bring the scores, bring the noise. yes, I know there's talk of the fact that the national anthem's to be played before kickoff, but don't let that derail, because I know that people said it was a similar thing for Bournemouth. It was a completely different situation then. Because that was
a weird game, wasn't it?
Yeah, because that was following a death and that, and there was different things on there. It's not the same now. So let's get the noise up. Let's do what we did the last home game against Arsenal.
God, what a game
make
that was!
It noise, make it intimidating, and those players going out there will go, shit.
Yeah,
and that's where we do best in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you look at it, there's only Liverpool. There's a side that have come out with it. If you look at the top lot, that have come and taken something from St James's Park.
The most
3 points. I'll word it that way, because
I mean, afterwards
we beat Chelsea, we beat Man U, we beat Spurs, we drew with Man City. So when you're looking at those ones, you go, right, okay. If we're still going to go look at the other side, we've beat Aston Villa, comfortably. In that sense. So the big sides have come up with St James's Park, and we've just passed them and went, see you.
Yeah.
Now a draw against Man City, when you look at where they are now and how they're performing, you're going, I'd have took that result.
Yeah.
But we'll do that. What we'll do is we'll get towards the end. Yeah, we'll start wrapping things up, and we'll go with the predictions.
This is
now
tough.
We'll go with Mark first.
Go on then. I've got a feeling I know, and I obviously haven't spoken to him, so go on.
So he has dropped the message in there. He says he would have been here, but obviously he said he's on a flight. And I think he's decided to stick with what's worked. So he's went with a 2-1 win to Arsenal.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I thought, I would have put money on him doing that. Yeah, bless him.
But I think his thought was, look, if it's working, why change it?
If he's cheerful and I see him on Sunday, I'll be like, will you please start being miserable? Because it's only when you're miserable about this that we fucking
I'm
win.
Say I've got nerves over the Arsenal game, but I had similar nerves over the Spurs game. Now I'm not saying
I was very bullish about the Spurs game. If I remember,
I'm not saying we're going to be 5-0 in 21 minutes against Arsenal, by no means. But no, Arsenal is a tough side, and people are going, oh, we'll beat Arsenal because we beat them. Let's not get into that mindset. Let's not be cocky. We're going to need to work with the team and make sure the atmosphere is there to help them, because I think this team was going to need a 12th man on Sunday. Michael, we'll go with yourself there. What's your prediction?
Well, as you know, I used to joke when I couldn't, when I did 2-2, because every time I said it, we won. But I am genuinely going for a 2-2 this time. I can't see us losing, but I can't see us winning. I'm going to go 2-2. They're going to, I know the title's gone. They know the title's gone. I mean, we've been there, so we know what it's like. So they're going to want to still fight for it. Oh dear. I seem to have gone off. Oh, so that's better. Let's just go 2-2. Sorry, I went off then. I don't know what happened. So 2-2.
Right, and as everyone knows, I will never ever do predictions. Good. I stick that way, and it's constantly worked. So what we'll do is we'll say good night, enjoy the weekend, and we'll just before we go, we'll leave you with this.
And bring the noise, people.
Exactly. Bring the noise, bring your scarves, and let's bring Champions League football back to St James's. Thank you and good night.
Night all.